Hey, on today's lending series, I'm bringing on Sara Cipriano. She's with Novus Home Mortgage, and she's shown a tremendous amount of value to a lot of my friends and colleagues around. I've met with her, we've talked a couple times, but we've never really done business together. So this is a great opportunity to learn more about her business and who she is. All the people that have worked with her, I've heard amazing things though. So anyways, let me bring her on. Hey, we got her.
I'm here, finally.
Hey, Miss Sarah. Thanks for taking some time today. And as I was saying, you and I have actually not done a transaction specifically together. However, you've done a lot for my peers and colleagues around, and they've said nothing but great things. So I wanted to, you're one of the people that I had in my list of people that I had to get a series from to introduce to
Yeah.
everybody out there. So I appreciate your time. Uh, so
Thanks.
yeah, so I wanted to bring you on. First, the three questions that I do. The first one is usually just if you could introduce yourself, tell us who you are, who Novus is, and just kind of an introduction.
Sure. So I am Sara Cipriano. I work for Novus Home Mortgage. I've been in lending since I was 19, so I'll age myself. For 21 years between lending and banking. I started out with personal loans with City Financial all the way up to what I do now. I'm a wife and a mom of a 17-year-old who races cars. So that's heavily what we do in the summer. And we have two dogs, and that's about it. Like, I'm a homebody other than going to the races and doing loans, and that's about my life,
That's
really.
full time, man. I know the family stuff is so involved anyways, it's full time trying to get stuff done. I didn't realize you were been in the mortgage industry that's long. That's impressive.
Yeah, so it started out when I was 19 in 2002, it would have been. I started with City Financial. I did a lot of personal loans, home equity, worked there till about '07. Then I went to JP Morgan Chase and I worked there till 17. And then I just primarily focused on lending starting in 17. But, it's been something that, when I worked at Chase, I thought, well, I need to do something that's not sitting in a cube all day because it was driving me crazy. And
Yeah.
it was either investments or lending. Those are the two things that I was pretty okay in. And it just made me so nervous to do investments. So I'm like, I'll just go back to lending. I like this. So it's worked out good so far.
That cubicle life gets tough, man. I
Oof.
sometimes, I mean, even with commissions in a cubicle, it gets kind of tough. But I remember sitting there and looking at the cubicle, and you could add up how much you were going to get at the end of the day, and how much you're going to get at the end of the week, and how long it was going to take for you to achieve those dreams. So it's fun that we can do stuff like this to make our business. This is working, right? I mean,
Sure.
right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, it's fun. Cool. Well, I appreciate that part of it. And then Novus, I haven't heard much about Novus. You want to anything about Novus?
So Novus is a relatively newer mortgage company. We're backed by Exonia Bank out of Wisconsin. So we're not a broker. I get that question all the time. We have the
Okay.
ability to broker loans if we need to, but we are backed by a bank. And our CEO is actually, he's been in the business. He started the former company I was at and then ended up leaving. And so, it's nice to work with him. It's not working with someone who's new, it's working with someone who's built these businesses from the ground up. So
Right.
they're so they take a very simplistic approach to lending. I mean, keep it stupid simple. We've all heard that saying, right? So you don't have to reinvent the wheel, you just have to know the wheel and know what you're
Yeah.
doing. So the process is nice. We've been here now. I transitioned over to Novus in December, and I've literally not met somebody who's even much having a bad day, in a bad mood, anything like that. I mean, everybody's been so wonderful. They just want to help. They just want to get loans closed, get people in the houses. So it's been awesome.
Culture is incredible at a company. You want to
For
enjoy
sure.
going. So, hey, my second question is, what do you got? What kind of products do you guys have that maybe people are using a lot, or is there something, just any products that you guys might want to highlight? You can say you have them all, whatever.
Sure. Well, we do have them all for the most part, and it's everybody. Everybody can do the cookie cutter things, right? They can do the typical government loans. They can do conventional, USDA, rehab, all of those things. I could tell you about all of that. But the big thing that I think that we do to help clients that maybe sets us a little bit apart is you get a lot of those clients that they don't fit into a cookie cutter mold, right? So
Yeah.
they either had a life event, they maybe were never taught finances, they might not have a ton of credit, and so they have to build credit. We do a lot with helping people do that, coaching them to that. But then also helping them with finding grant money. I mean, we pride ourselves in literally not making it so inaffordable to buy a house. You shouldn't have to drain your bank account to own a house. You know what I mean?
It's
So,
tough in your 20s to save, let alone it's just trying to get ahead and then put money away to save and then trying to enjoy yourself. And then, that's what a lot of those people are at. So,
right. Yeah.
um,
So we do a lot with that too. I mean, we do all the cookie cutter things that everybody can do, but then we also try to just make the experience a little bit better and offer them programs that maybe they don't know about or some places might not offer.
right. What states are you guys in?
We lend anywhere in the US except for Hawaii and New York. So I can literally lend anywhere, do the same programs anywhere. We do a lot of repair escrows, escrow holdbacks. We can do those anywhere. So
Those
it's
come in
nice
handy.
because when you deal with a family, then they talk to their other family. So we do lending all over the country, really.
We were saying today, we had a mastermind a little bit ago. We were talking about how one contract can, over the life of your career, turn into seven more just by
Oh, for sure.
nurturing the one. So that's great.
Mhm.
Hey, and then the final question is always, why choose you? What you got? Why choose you and go with Miss Cipriano over the next one?
What's funny is I thought about that because you tell us what you're going to ask, which is nice, so then we know. And I was literally thinking about it all morning, and I'm like, yeah, I could tell you I answer my phone all the time, which I do, and I can tell you all these great things, which I do. But the one thing I would say, and I'm not great at grammar, but I'm pretty good at math, is I'm not a quitter, right? So I'm never going to quit trying to be better at my job, knowing better guidelines, finding out those little caveats to help people. I'll never quit trying to educate people, also myself, finding new grant programs. Like there's not very often that deals go sideways because we're pretty good at getting creative, so if
Right.
something needs to happen, we're good at figuring it out. So I would say, and I answer my phone all the time, like all the other guys and, all that stuff. But I would say my biggest thing why you should go with me is because I won't quit on you.
I like it. I like it. And I know right now there's a lot of agents out there that are just working and hungry. So if you can find that little bit extra to give the person that little bit extra, even whether it be knowledge
Sure.
and answer more confident when you answer them on knowledge questions, stuff like that, it just really goes a long way. Obviously to you 20 plus years. So you know what you're
Yeah.
doing, right?
Well, and I mean, and it's a two-way road too. Like I try to respect you guys are out there grinding, you're driving all over the